Meet Maya. She's a sixth grader who loves trivia and asking questions, like all the time. Today, her teacher gave the class a challenge. Figure out which of their questions are actually statistical questions. Maya stares at her worksheet and thinks, what even is a statistical question? Sound familiar? Don't worry. By the end of this video, you and Maya will both know exactly how to spot one. Let's dive in.
So what makes a question statistical? A statistical question is one where you expect different answers from different people or sources. The key word here is variability. That means the answers will vary or change, depending on who or what you're asking about. Think about it. If you ask everyone in your class how many siblings they have, you'd get tons of different answers. That variety is what makes it statistical. Statistical questions are the foundation of all data science. Pretty cool, right? Here's the big comparison that makes everything click. A statistical question gives you lots of different answers. A non-statistical question has just one correct answer, no variety at all. For example, how old is Maya? That's non-statistical. There's only one answer. But how old are the students in Maya's school? Now we've got variety. Sixth graders, seventh graders, all different ages. See the difference? The magic test is, will the answers differ from person to person or object to object? If yes, it's statistical. Maya just had her big aha moment, and here it is. Variability is the secret ingredient in every statistical question. When answers vary, we get data. And data is what statisticians, scientists, and even sports coaches use to make decisions. Imagine an NBA coach asking, how many points did each player score this season? The answers are all different. That's variability in action. Without variety, there's nothing to analyze, no graph to make, no pattern to discover. Variability is what makes statistics powerful and exciting. Statistical questions are everywhere in real life. Think about your school day. How tall are the sixth graders? Different students, different heights. Statistical. How far do students walk to school? Some live nearby, some live far away. Statistical. How many hours of sleep do kids in your class get? Some get 8 hours, some get 9, some sadly only get 6. Statistical. These are the kinds of questions scientists, doctors, and researchers ask every single day. Maya's starting to realize she asks statistical questions all the time without even knowing it. All right, let's try the first example, the same one Maya's working on right now. The question is, how many pets do students in our class have? Let's apply our test. Will different students give different answers? Absolutely. Some kids have 0 pets. Some have 1 dog. Some have a fish and 2 cats. The answers vary a lot. Because there's variability in the answers, this is a statistical question. Maya circles it on her worksheet with a big smile. You've got this. Now here's the second question on Maya's worksheet. How many days are in a week? Let's apply our test. Ask one person. 7. Ask another person. 7. Ask your teacher, your principal, your dog. Still 7. Every single answer is the same. There is 0 variability here. Because the answer is always the same fixed number, this is not a statistical question. It's just a fact question. Maya writes non-statistical next to it. Easy call. This is Maya's favorite type of problem, comparing 2 similar questions to find the statistical one. Question A, how tall is the Statue of Liberty? There's one answer, 305 feet, not statistical. Question B, how tall are famous statues around the world? Now that gives us different heights for different statues, 305 feet, 169 feet, 230 feet. Lots of variety. Question B is statistical because the answers vary. Notice how just changing the wording flips it from a fact to a statistical question. Cool trick, right? Let's try one that sports fans like Maya will love. Question: how many points did NBA players score per game this season? Now let's think. Do all NBA players score the same number of points? Not even close. One player averages 30 points, another averages 12, another averages 8. The answers are all over the place. That variability means this is definitely a statistical question.
This is exactly the kind of data that ESPN analysts talk about on TV. Stats are everywhere in sports, and now Maya can explain exactly why.
Here's a challenge Maya tries at the end of her worksheet. Take this non-statistical question. How many cups of water should you drink per day? The recommendation is 8 cups. One answer, not statistical. But watch what happens when we rewrite it. How many cups of water do students in our school drink per day? Now, different students drink different amounts. Some drink 4 cups, some drink 9, some drink 6. Bam! We just transformed a fact question into a full-on statistical question by adding who and which group we're asking about. Maya just came up with her own little system, a 3-question test she uses every single time. First, will the answers vary from person to person or thing to thing? If yes, it's statistical. Second, is there only one possible fixed answer? Then it's not statistical. It's just a fact. Third, can you ask, who are we collecting this data from? If that question makes sense and gives different groups different answers, you've got a statistical question. Maya's teacher was so impressed, she shared this system with the whole class. Before we wrap up, let's talk about the traps that trip people up. Even Maya got these at first. Trap number 1, a question that sounds like it involves data, but actually has one fixed answer. Example, what is the average number of days in a month? Sounds statistical, but the answer is always 30.4 days, not statistical. Remember, when in doubt, ask yourself if a graph would even make sense for the answers. Remember when Maya was staring at that worksheet totally confused? Now look at her. She's flying through statistical questions like a pro. Here's what we learned today. A statistical question expects a variety of answers. That's variability. A non-statistical question has just one fixed answer. Use the 3-question test. Will answers vary? Is there a fixed answer? And who are we collecting from? And remember, you can often turn a fact question into a statistical question just by asking about a whole group instead of one thing. You've got this. Go show off your new stat.